everyone, welcome back once again. Today we're going to talk about the bot lane on the Treeline. Now, before I start this video, I'd like to mention that this is our least played position and would like to thank our friends from High Elo from multiple different regions for the help on this one. Specifically a shout out to God Tier Galio from across the pond for all the help you gave. This video will be a little different than the other ones as there are different builds for all the champs, and we want to give just a brief overview of the best runes on champs and items and really where you can go from there. I think the first thing of note is as of March 21st, Spell Thieves is gone from bot lane in general. The nerf just happened, and if they revert it or anything like that, I'll mention it in the comments, but for the time being, it's complete goner from bot lane. So for this video, we're going to go off of what your best master tier rune would be for each champion. I'll do a brief description for each champion still, and then we'll go over builds afterwards. So first off, here are champions best suited for summon Aery, and I'll briefly talk on each one of them. Malzahar, excellent for locking down champs, and the silence can be incredibly irritating. Orianna is a fantastic 3v3 champion, likely will never leave the top 10. She can create what I would call no-go zones, where she can throw her ball out, and the threat of her ult will keep people away from that area. So you can pin off teammates that way, and that's what I mean by no-go zones. Not to mention her wombo with many engaged champions is incredible. Rengar, Orianna, etc. Morgana's fantastic, especially if you're playing support comp. The black shield on your high priority carry can be huge in a map driven so heavily by CC. Zillion is incredibly irritating, and his ult no doubt can turn the tides mid to later game fights. Bringing somebody back, nearly full health, full mana is incredible, especially against comps who are looking to pin that one person down really hard. Vladimir, while lacking CC, can be a huge thorn in the side due to his just constant damage and his incredible amount of healing. Victor's overlooked often. I like him quite a bit. You can play him summon Aery or Fleet Footwork at the moment. Lulu and Karma are similar. While dishing out very nice damage, they can bring incredible amount of utility to a team, make tower dives last quite a bit longer, etc. Arcane Comet's up next, and here are the champions best suited for it, and a brief description on each. Vel'Koz is an amazing pick in 3v3. His combo plus ultimate can absolutely melt teams in small corridors. He's my second favorite pick for bot lane as far as strength. Annie is a great champ, can be a nice tankier addition to a team while providing a good amount of burst on squishy targets. Brand is another one that will never leave 3v3 meta because his ult is just absolutely amazing with only 3 targets in such close area. The percent HP damage he does won't. Anivia would be my number 1 pick for bot laners in Twisted Treeline. She has great CC, amazing team fight, and infinite wave clear. Her wall can separate key targets, single out caught champs. Vigor's another really great champion, mainly because he has great burst, scaling, and create another no-go zone, I'd call it, where he can cover entire lane with his baby cage, and people cannot pass unless they're Olaf. Syndra has great burst and the ability to stun entire teams. And then Rumble is a sneaky one. He is going to go up in value over the next couple weeks, big time. He's already quite good, and he's about to get a significant buff if they end up going through. The 2 champs with Phase Rush I would recommend: Cassiopeia, Swain. Cassiopeia has great team fight and continuous damage, and Swain has become an absolute monster after the rework. He's seeing professional play, and his ult can change the tide of fights very fast. Aftershock is likely the best choice for these two melee bot laners I'll mention. However, you can take sorcery first. Just be sure to get that bone plating for survivability. If you can get ahead with either of these champions, they'll be able to do absolutely crazy damage while being incredibly tanky. Other champs you will see will be Corki, taking Fleet Footwork, Zoe, usually taking Unsealed Spellbook. You can switch that around quite a bit. I think the thing of note with Zoe is if you land your Sleepy Bubble, your Comet or your Aery will pull that CC out and do the double damage instead of your Q damage. So keep that in mind. And then Ezreal with Kleptomancy. So starting items for almost all non-tier building champions now will be double Doran's again. You can do Doran's Blade with boots if you like. Double Doran's is going to be the strongest though. Awesome, right? And here's an example of a core build. So you could find this on any of these mages. Everything else is situational. So Rylai's for a bit of tankiness, slowing. Liandry's for nice continuous damage with some pen. And Morello for healing reduction versus, heavy healing champions. Starting with a tier can really differ between these three possibilities. For hard matchups, you still want to do the double Doran's Blades and then go back when you can afford the tier. For medium matchups, something you'll be doing a bit of trading in would be one Doran's Blade with a mana crystal and potions, just to have that extra tankiness, that extra sustain in lane. And then for easy matchups, just get the tier right away, if you're very confident. So your melee bot laners start with the double Dorans. And if you get ahead, if you get a kill right away, or you're doubling down on the enemy's CS, build a Roa. Extra damage, extra tankiness, extra mana. And Abyssal has had the range nerf pretty hard. So it's good on these melee champs now. For ranged though, keep in mind that they ran into a nerf. So I'm not sure if it's going to be any good on ranged anymore. Previously it was pretty good. However, you're going to be lacking that 15% extra damage now because that 325 range is very short. Now you can either go in the route with these tankier champions with Ludens into Hextech GLP, or build tankier with a banner. My opinion, honestly, probably build tankier. They don't need the extra damage. Their base damage is enough to pretty much one-shot anything anyway. Thanks for watching, everyone, and thank you to the people who assisted us with this video and previous videos as well. Be sure to check out the description for a link to God Tier Galio's YouTube, and check out our stream Saturday for some laughs from 6 to midnight. Catch you in the future, guys.